So with the release of Sonic Superstars, I decided it was time to go back and touch everything. Instead of making new videos for every single thing to touch, I decided to bring it all to one video for Sonic Superstars. That is why in today's video, we're going to be finding out how fast you can touch everything in Sonic Superstars. Before starting this video, here's how fast you can subscribe to Glowkaze. So if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe and enjoy the rest of the video. And the first thing that we have to touch is grass. Now grass is very easy to touch as it's literally right in front of us. Next is water, another very easy thing to touch, especially when you have the Chaos Emeralds to touch water because you turn into water, so we touch this waterfall that's right here. Next is rings. Now rings are also another very easy thing to touch because it's right in front of us. Next is badniks, another very easy thing to touch because if we go up here, there's a badnik waiting for us right there. Next is ice/snow, and this is the one that's going to be a little interesting because we actually have to go a long way to actually get to it because it's in zone 10. Now I played through this game many times. I actually played through this game I think 3 or 4 times already, but I've never actually sat down and speedrun it. Now although I have not speedrun this game before, technically this is my first time speedrunning this game, but with all the Chaos Emeralds and me knowing how the levels work, this is going to be a lot easier. Especially since we can pretty much skip the level when we're Super Tails. I don't actually know how much having Super Sonic, or Super Tails in this case, how much that actually affects a run and how much faster I can do a run with Super Tails as opposed to having no Chaos Emeralds. You know what? Actually, I'm going to try it. Later on in the video, I'm going to do a couple runs on the PC version of this game because I don't have any Chaos Emeralds in that. So we're going to compare how different it is to have like Chaos Emeralds and Super Tails or the Super Power, the Super Chaos Emerald, and we're going to see how much it changes that run. Alright, now we're in Frozen Base, and ignore this time that I have on the top left because that is not accurate. That is actually like 5 minutes off. I had to pause and then I forgot to start the timer again, so that's completely on me. So pretend the timer actually says 55 minutes. Next is Eggman, or in this game, Dr. Robotnik. Now, in order to touch Dr. Robotnik in this game, all we have to do is go to Act 2 since we have a Dr. Robotnik/Eggman boss fight at the end of the act. But once we reach the end of this level, that is where we're gonna see the main man himself, Dr. Robotnik. And after skipping that cutscene, now we can just straight up touch him. Woohoo! Next is fire, and this is another thing that I believe is going to be easy to touch because I think we can maybe count badniks as fire. I don't know. I don't know if we counted it last time. Like, look at that. Like, that laser, I don't know if that counts as fire. I don't know. Do you guys think that counts as fire right there? I don't, because there's some badniks that actually spit out literal fire. But, like, I don't know. Honestly, I think what I will count, though, is, like, you guys know when you defeat Eggman, he takes off, and the back of his little rocket actually spits out fire. So I think I'm gonna count that as fire. Besides, if we do get one of the fire badniks, I'll count that. But as of right now, I think the only thing that we can count, or we should count, is when we defeat Eggman. Now with this boss fight, there's actually like for the last hit, he actually comes at you. Does that count as fire? Do we count that as fire right there? Yeah, you know what? I count it as fire. Yes. Next is Chaos Emerald. Now for the Chaos Emeralds, all we have to do is go through the special stage in which it's very easy to find it, especially in this map over here. All we have to do is take like kind of the upper route and then we have to just come over here and go straight to the ring. And now that we're finally in here, we just swing off of these whatever they are, and we get the Chaos Emerald and touch it. Next is air, in which yeah. Next is sand. Now the difference between this speedrun and the last speedrun is going to be very different because we only have one Chaos Emerald right now, and I'm low-key, I don't know if I'm gonna like get the Chaos Emeralds in this run because obviously we don't really need them. I think the only one that we really need is the clone one, but I think I'm just gonna skip all the Chaos Emeralds for this run. But in this run, we'll be able to see what the difference is between having all the Chaos Emeralds and between having like no Chaos Emeralds. And you know, I really thought this zone was gonna have sand of some sort because it is just kind of gives me the vibe of like a zone that's gonna have sand, but unfortunately there's no sand in this zone. Alright, now that we're in Lagoon City, I would have thought that by now we would have touched sand, especially in Lagoon City, because this is kind of like a beachy level, so I would have thought that there was going to be some sand here, but unfortunately there's not. And something I'm also noticing is like I'm 35 minutes in and I'm only in Lagoon City, and That is like so crazy to me because I'm also, listen, I'm also like trying to get the Chaos Emeralds in this run too. That's the thing, I'm getting the Chaos Emeralds as well as speedrunning through the game. And I think for Ice, I was at like, around here, I was like at 25-ish minutes, so it's crazy to me how big the difference actually is. Well, then again, I am also getting the Chaos Emeralds, and that takes like a minute or so per Chaos Emerald, so that is wasting a lot of time as well. But it's actually so crazy still to me, like how much Super Tails can fly through the levels. Like sometimes it's very useful, especially for like levels that have like multiple paths and stuff. I think the one thing that's holding the game back is the end of like some boss fights at the end of levels that take absolutely way too much time. Like the one in Sand Sanctuary, that one takes at least 5 minutes to do. I don't know, it depends on the boss fight. Like this one, you can like pretty much finish it in like 20 seconds, literally 20 seconds with the clone ability too. Another thing is the character you play as. Like right here, I'm Tails in this boss fight specifically, but you can't do all this with Sonic. Like Sonic, you would have to actually platform. With this boss fight, you can literally just go up straight to him and just fight him like that, because I'm literally just gliding with Tails and I'm still hitting him, and it's so easy. This boss fight took me forever in my first playthrough of the game because I was Sonic, because I did want to play as Sonic in my first playthrough. But then I started playing other characters and I realized Sonic sucks in this game. Like, he really sucks. And once we finally reach Sand Sanctuary, we have to come over here on the snake, and after we get off the snake, we just sink in some sand. Next is Metal. Now Metal, we can easily touch this by simply touching another Badnik, so we come over here once again and touch the same exact Badnik we touched before. Next is Wood, another very easy one, because we can just go over here and there just so happens to be a wooden bridge right here. Next is Stone, in which, well, we pretty much spawn on one. Next is Spring. Now Springs, I think there's one actually over here. I think you have to wait for the, yeah, you have to wait for the thing to actually pop out. It actually confused me. Oh well, we touched a Spring. Next is Spikes. Now we can either, actually, you know what? There's actually, maybe, I think there is a Spike Badnik up here, no? Like, we just go up here, and yeah, there is. Okay, so we can just touch this and touch a Spike. And last but not least, Lava. Now, Lava is going to be the one that kind of will, actually, Ice is actually the one that would have taken us the longest, but we don't have Super Tails in this run, so we're going to see how much that one affects Lava, because we do have to get to, I believe we have to get to Zone 8 to actually touch Lava. I don't think there's any instances in the game that there is lava before that. See, like, I think the average time I've saved in each level is minimum 30 seconds, because I tend to get hit a lot, especially in classic Sonic games, so I feel like that's one of, like, the main things that I'm, like, missing from having the super power up, because I am getting hit, especially in Press Factory, I'm getting hit by so many, like, different things that it's, like, killing so much time, honestly. Alright, but finally, after making it to Golden Capital, we have to go up here into these little thingies, and then we touch Lava right over here. And with Lava being complete, here's how fast you can touch everything in Sonic Superstars. Now, this was a very fun challenge to do because I essentially just played the game a bunch of times, and I did notice a very big difference in between having, like, the Chaos Emeralds, specifically 7 Chaos Emeralds, and having no Chaos Emeralds. As you guys saw, I mean, I pretty much saved an entire zone's worth of time having, like, 7 Chaos Emeralds. And then again, the Ice one was a little inaccurate, so, like, I'm sorry for that. That's completely on me. But anyway, let me know what you guys want to see next in Sonic Superstars or any game in the comments down below. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, and see you guys next time.